This is DBT, Distress Tolerance Skills, Crisis Survival Skill, Stop. Learn this one skill and you can start to take control of your emotions and your life. When we're overwhelmed, in distress, or experiencing uncomfortably strong emotions, stop. As soon as you notice intrusive or distressing thoughts, emotions, your body sensations, or body reacting, say to yourself, stop, just pause. Take a deep breath. One slow, deep breath. When we stop whatever we're doing right now, right away. We're talking or arguing with someone, we stop. We shut up. We stop. We don't say anything. If we're working or doing something around the house, we stop working. We stop right there, right now. We just stop. We're working, if we're engaging in some type of impulsive or destructive behavior, we stop that. Stop may sound like a very simple instruction, but sometimes it's hard to stop. It's either because we're already gathered so much momentum that we keep on going, it might be hard to put that brakes on. Sometimes it's because we want to keep going, we want to finish whatever we have started, whatever we're in the middle of. Sometimes stopping means we have to acknowledge something we're trying to avoid, like a conflict or some uncomfortable thoughts or feelings. And we'd rather keep on going so we don't have to think about this problem and we can just stop ignoring it. But the longer we keep to put that stop, the more dangerous things become and the more likely it is we end up passing the point of no return and find ourselves in the middle of sort of the crisis that can be really difficult to get out of. So as soon as we start to notice, we start to feel distressed or overwhelmed or panicky, frustrated or angry, or engaging in impulsive or unwanted behaviors, having any other sort of strong negative experiences, that's when we need to stop right away. As soon as we stop, we take a step back. It's a timeout. We take the timeout. We take a breath. Notice already you have shifted your focus of attention away from whatever was distressing you. This helps you to step back from thoughts, to diffuse from them, remove ourselves out of the situation or some perspective and calm ourselves down. Taking a slow, deep breath will reduce the physical symptoms of distress. Those horrible things that we feel in our body, which seems to confirm that something bad really is happening. So we breathe. Now your thinking brain, your wise mind is coming back online. This is one of the best things we can do for ourselves, slowing down our breathing. following our breath for a few moments to connect to ourselves with the present. And then we observe. We observe the inside of ourselves and the outside. What is happening? What other people are doing? We're able to observe inside and outside. We observe our behavior. What is it that we're saying, we're doing, how we're acting. We observe what's going on inside of ourselves. We observe our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, physical sensations of our bodies. What is my mind saying? What are the words? What are the thoughts that are coming out for me? What am I noticing in my body? How does it make me feel? What am I reacting to? Observing helps us to be more aware, gives us a perspective, helps us to see things more clearly, and gives us the information we need to take the final step. You have shifted your focus of attention. You've calmed down that physical response. You paused. This allows you to think and get access to your wise mind, to your thinking part of the brain, and to start working again. Now you're starting to see a bigger picture. That helicopter view, you can see things. You can pull yourself back, seeing from a larger perspective. You're no longer in this situation. You're no longer reacting. There is always a different way of looking at something. So ask yourself, what would someone else say about this who's not emotionally involved as you are? Someone who is calm and rational. What advice would I give to a friend in this situation? Is this thought fact or is it an opinion? And how important is this really right now? So now we're ready to take our final step. We're ready to proceed. And before taking any further action, we take a moment to reflect on what we just observed, what new perspective we have gained, what learning have occurred, what are now have happened, and what we have felt. What was that new feelings that we have experienced, new thoughts that were allowed with our wise mind? We're now ready to plan, to find the most effective way to proceed, to move forward. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself these questions. What is the best thing to do right now? What can I do that fits with my values? Where do I want to go with life? What is really important to me? What is going to be effective? What is most appropriate for the situation? And allow yourself to receive those answers. Take a deep breath in and out. And return back to the present moment with all those valuable answers in place and a plan to proceed. Thank yourself for this experience and for being able to proceed mindfully. If we're having a conflict with someone else, we can plan now how we can de-escalate and how we would like to resolve the situation and what we would like to say. If we're acting impulsively or out of our emotional mind, we can plan to connect with our wise mind, our thinking brain. And if we're frustrated with something we're working on, we can plan what needs to be done to complete the task. And if we're experiencing negative thoughts, our mind is racing, we can plan to do something to calm our minds. And if we're experiencing some uncomfortable emotions or physical sensations, we can plan to do some emotional regulations. And then, once we come up with a plan, even if we feel it wasn't necessary to come up with one, and we've just stopped, taken a step back and observed, took the time to proceed mindfully, re-engaging, rethinking whatever prompted us to stop in the first place, and now acting with more awareness, taking into consideration our thoughts, our feelings, our goals for the situation, as well as other people who are involved, their thoughts, their feelings, and goals as well. And this is DBT skill. Stop. You have what it takes.